Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Renton Reflects. After the success of Max Fleischer's animated feature film, Gulliver's Travels, he was given the green light to produce another animated feature. Unfortunately, it would end up being his last one, due to the internal problems that were occurring within his studio around the time the film was being made. Does this mean that it had an effect on the development of the film itself? Well, before I answer that, allow me to tell you what happens in the story. Taking place around the time the film was made, which is the early 1940s, it features a community of insects that live in an abandoned lot in the middle of Manhattan. They have been facing some recent hardships due to human interference. A grasshopper named Hoppity, who not only is the hero of our story but is also the Mr. Bug in the movie's title, feels that something ought to be done about it. A rich and evil beetle named C. Bagley Beetle proposes helping out the community on the condition that he marries a young female honeybee named Honey, who happens to be Hoppity's love interest. Only Hoppity must do what he can to not only save Honey, but the rest of the insect community as well. Even with the unfortunate circumstances surrounding the Fleischer Studios, I don't feel that it had much of an effect on the film's development, as it seems apparent that a lot of effort and love was put into it. It's got some really charming character animation out of the insects, and I do admire both the voice casting and the urban environment that is depicted in the advanced sophistication of the animation, including how the human characters and certain man-made objects are portrayed. However, this isn't to say that the film is without some of its flaws. The song numbers that are featured in the film, while very clever, aren't quite as memorable. There are also a few comedic gags that haven't exactly aged all that well, and one other noticeable flaw is the fact that most of the time, the insect characters are seen walking around, running, and climbing everywhere they go. It probably would have made more sense to see them fly everywhere they go, but then I realized that would have been too easy, and that it would not have made the insect characters all that relatable, especially considering the kind of perils that they face when it comes to human interference. With all that said, I consider the film to be kind of good. If you're an animation fan like myself, it's definitely worth a look. Truly, it's an underrated gem worth a discovery. If I were to rate the film on a scale between 1 and 10, I'd give it a 7. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes my review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.